Hi, my name's Nicole, and I love to cook. I love to spend time in the kitchen, and it's very important that when you are spending that much time cooking that you have sharp knives. I went online and I searched the internet and I came across this amazing product called the Wicked Edge. Read the reviews, amazing reviews, and so I bought one. So here I am today with the creator of the Wicked Edge, Clay.
Hey there.
Hi. So Clay, you know that my passion is cooking. So what I've done is I brought my favorite knife, and I'm hoping that you can then show me how this all comes together.
Okay, it's really a breeze to use. The first step is just to mount the knife into the clamp.
Okay.
And then you're gonna set your angle to the specific angle of the knife that you're gonna use. Grab your stones and sharpen. So the first step is just to grab this little key and slide the knife into the clamp. I don't know if you can see, but there's two holes here.
Yes, I can. Okay.
Two sets, and this key determines how deep into the clamp the knife is gonna go. This being a little wider knife from the spine out to the edge, I'm gonna put it in the bottom set of holes there.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna center it kind of from back to front in the clamp, and then I'm gonna snug it up. And that you'll go through that step every time you use the device. You just put it back in, use the same set of holes, and then you're ready to sharpen.
Okay.
The next step is selecting your angle. Now I'm assuming you're gonna use this knife mostly for chopping vegetables.
Yeah, I use this one pretty much universal for everything.
Okay, so maybe a 20-degree angle would be appropriate.
Okay.
And you just set that by sliding these collars in and out and tightening them down. And you'll notice there's little degree markings from 15 all the way out to 30 degrees.
Right.
So we're gonna pick 20 degrees. I'm gonna just take the inside of this collar and line it up and tighten it down.
Is 20 degrees the norm for most knives, or?
For most of my kitchen knives, I do 20 degrees. You know, a pocket knife might be a little bit wider.
Okay.
Because it's going to stand up to more abuse.
And I'm assuming then this is all explained within the kit. You've got measurements and suggestions for different knives.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's a chart kind of recommending what angle is appropriate for what type of usage.
Perfect.
You can usually go online too and find the manufacturer's website, and they'll have generally published the angle that that specific knife is designed for. So you can go by that, or you can just follow our recommendations.
Perfect. Great.
What I want you to do is just step over here and grab these stones. You're going to start with the 100 grit stones, which is this red one here.
Got it.
That's the most coarse stone that comes in the basic kit. And what you're going to do is a very simple up and forward motion towards the tip of the knife, just like that.
Great.
And that's your basic motion. You can hear it's pretty rough, and that's just the sound of the coarse diamond stones beginning to remove a little bit of metal and setting the bevel into the knife. And then just go ahead and switch to the other side now.
It's very easy to use.
Yeah, it looks like you're doing a great job of covering the whole blade with the stone. You're not missing any portions. And it is really important to keep it even. So if you're going to do just one side, do maybe 10 strokes, and then do 10 strokes on the other side.
Okay.
The other thing you can do is just switch back and forth, 1 stroke per side.
Ah.
Just like that. And what that's going to do is it's going to do 2 things for you. It's going to ensure that the bevel stays even on both sides of the knife. And the other thing it's going to do is it's going to make sure that the fine wire edge is going to stay straight and eventually get pretty much worn off.
And how do you know once it's sharpened?
Well, the trick is to work on one side for a little while until you create a burr. So.
And a burr is what exactly?
Well, when you've got your 2 bevels coming together, when you sharpen on one side, I'm actually pulling metal up along the bevel, and it's going to hang over the opposite side. So on this side, I'm sharpening, and in just a few strokes, I should feel a little snag on my finger.
Oh yeah.
Where that little curl of metal comes over the top.
Okay.
And what that's telling me is that this bevel has gone all the way to the edge. So then I just repeat it, and a few strokes on this side should create the same thing on the opposite side now.
So you're essentially evening it out.
Exactly. And I'm also ensuring that now both bevels have met in the center of the blade.
Okay.
And that's where people most often fail in sharpening, is to not be able to ever achieve that burr on each side. So once you've got past that, it's really just a matter of polishing it up. So you would go ahead and switch to the next set of stones now.
Okay.
And just roll over in your hand just like that. And you're on to the 200 grit.
So I just continue this process through all these different stones.
Exactly. It's a lot like sanding wood, where you start with a very coarse sandpaper and you gradually work your way up to very fine.
Okay. Now once I've got my knife sharpened, how long will it typically last in terms of its sharpness?
Well, of course, it's going to depend on what you're cutting and,
Sure.
how hard you're using it. But as a general rule of thumb, you should be able to get a month or so out of this knife before you want a quick touch-up.
Okay, and the touch-up would require what exactly?
Just remounting the knife,
Okay.
grabbing the finest stone that you last used, and maybe doing about 10 passes on each side.
Okay. Sounds easy enough.
Okay.